Guys, they're operating the machine, and behind them is a structure that they just created. The material is similar to marble. So what I think will happen in future is when you want to buy a house, you'll just need to buy a piece of land, and you'll rent one of these printers on the back of a flatbed truck, and it will be towed to your site, and you load up the hopper with the sand and the bonding agents and so forth, and go away. And leave it, and it will print the house for you.
That's creepy. That's creepy.
That's creepy. I'm not trust that's good. It's the only thing.
Because just think about this for a minute, guys. When you build a house now, what you do is you build a house with block and steel, and then you have to run the pipes through. So you actually have to knock holes in the block and steel and run conduit through. With the printer, the wiring and the plumbing is actually being printed in as the building is going up. So you actually have a building which is stronger, safer, and so if any of you were thinking of going into construction engineering, it might be time to rethink that. Yeah.
I was looking at it. They're expensive at night.
There are prototype machines now, to my knowledge, in Italy, in the UK, in the US, and there are almost certainly a number of other countries. These are the large-scale ones that actually print buildings. There are smaller ones all over the place now.
You know of this construction?
After I gave this presentation to Hart actually went out and bought a 3D printer.
No,
They will
they
start
didn't.
training people on it. Yeah.
You want to act?
We can train people how to do themselves out of a job. Yeah. Sorry, what's that?
Owned by the government.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's very low.
I realized they didn't build everything on spot. The brass walls and the columns,
Yeah.
the walls and the entire building, the walls and
Yes.
and planted them there.
Yeah.
I was wondering if
I thought I meant most of our warehouse.
Well, the whole idea of building technology is changing remarkably quickly. You're probably aware that there's a firm in China that can put up now a 25-story skyscraper in 7 days, beginning to end. There's a firm in the USA that actually has a modular design approach. You know how if you want to go online and order a computer, and you go to the Dell website and you can click through all the different options, and then after you've specified it, they build it. Well, this firm in the US actually builds you your house on the same basis. They don't build your house on the site. They actually build it in their factory. So you can go online, you can specify what you want it to look like, everything, down to and including the color that you want the carpet to be. And they will build this, assemble it in their factory, in modules, and then bring it to your site and bolt the modules together. So you can actually, they're on the site for 2-3 days, and your house is there. So this idea that this process that we have to go through now is massively inefficient and will soon be replaced by better building concepts. But this is the generation beyond that. This is where the house itself actually gets printed on the site. And you just have to rent one of these machines and it prints the house for you. And you can probably do your own design, download your design off the internet and upload it to the printer. And go away.
Sorry, but you have to have like a ridiculous amount of money to do any of this.
So there's a lot of people in this country now who maybe work in factories assembling things, or people who make concrete block. There's a lot of people involved in construction. We're not going to need those people to do those things anymore, or not for much longer.
So how much do I have to pay for any of this? How much?
Expensive.
What's the price? price range?
Getting cheaper every day.
Get a small 3D printer now for about $1,500 US.
It's getting cheaper. It's getting cheaper.
If
and
you want a
cheaper.
large one, it's going to cost you a lot more.
Getting cheaper.
Oh no.
Guys, settle down, please. I can't hear what people are saying.
With the removal of those jobs, what jobs you can
We'll come back to that in a minute, okay? Hold that thought. Because,
Dystopian future, sir.
we haven't finished yet telling you about which jobs are going to disappear. Now, were any of you thinking of future careers as teachers or university lecturers? No? Good. Excellent. Because there is going to be a real issue as to what it is you're going to teach when everybody knows everything. Let me just show you what the slides here. As of fairly recently, this was the world's most powerful computer. It's the K computer of the Writing Institute for Computational Science in Kobe, Japan. And as you can see, this thing takes up a large room.
Yes.
That's still what we think of when we think of a supercomputer. Well, here's a quote from IBM a couple of years ago saying, we plan that 10 to 15 years from now we're going to have a supercomputer that fits inside a sugar cube. And just to help you visualize that, I've put a picture of a sugar cube. Which means that all of the computational power of all the world's current generation of supercomputers would look like something you could hold in the palms of your two hands. Now, it's a little bit hard to perhaps think through the implications of the trends towards increasing miniaturization of electronics. But here's a real example. These are wireless base stations made by Alcatel-Lucent. The thing there on the right of the screen, that's the 2010 model. What he's holding is the 2011 model.
Well, there.
And that kind of